Hello and welcome back to the ARK of E podcast. My name is Noah and I am joined this evening by several members of the ARK of E crew, but just a couple here to start things off. Our guest host for this episode, uh, we are here to honor his Oscar predictions when Mr. Sunshine Mayfield joins us once again.
Hello. It's good
Hello,
to be
hello
back.
indeed. Along with my cousin, Mr. Patrick J. Blanchard,
Hello, everybody, or
and
just the two of us.
yeah, and
Building
soon,
castles in the sky.
hopefully, Mr. Brendan Riley, my brother, Mr. Gavin Blanchard, and possibly Evan too. Barham's going to be sitting this one out. He also did not provide a list, so I think that's probably good because otherwise he would be here shitting on everybody else's picks. Did Brendan get his in
Oh
on
yeah.
time?
I
Okay.
did have to
After, the third or fourth post deadline reminder, I think he did in fact get his in. That's good. Okay, so but
there
Evan
was
will
a
be
text
represented
thread.
though, though he's not here. Evan did a list as well.
Evan got his in.
Okay.
Yeah, by a couple weeks ago. Um Brendan sent his first list in and I said, "You have Lord of the Rings on there twice. Looks like you're missing Coda." And he goes, "Okay." And he sends me another list. And I said, "Great. Also, Gladiator isn't one of the available options. You're also missing Million Dollar Baby." And he goes, "Ugh." And then he finally sent me a correct list. So yeah, we got
Okay.
one
All
from Brendan.
right. Third time's the charm.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, so we'll get into all of that and we'll hand the show over to Sunshine in just a bit. But while we're waiting for at least one other person to show up who did contribute a list, uh, any what we've been watching that you guys would like to share? Movie wise, any trips to the library, Patrick?
No, sorry, it's the end of the semester, and then I was rushing through to watch all these Oscar noms, Oscar
I was
picks
gonna
that
say
I didn't watch.
that's probably been the focus for most of us for the last little stretch. I have made it out to the theater for a couple things, but I don't want to take the floor when we have guests. Mayfield, have you seen anything
I
recent?
finally caught Send Help when it hit streaming,
Nice.
which is fun. It's a fun movie. I have some qualms with it, but I think they're mostly budgetary. Um, my guess is Raimi was not given the budget on certain things. There was a lot of digital effects that I feel like could have very easily uh and greatly been done practically, that weren't. And I think that just moments of makeup, hair pulls, scalps, things like that, where you're kind of like, I feel like that could have been a physical prop. Why are we digitizing it? Um, and I think that affected the overall viewing. But overall, it is a very fun movie. Um, and then I also watched Thrash, which is not a very fun movie.
I don't know what that is.
That's the like South Carolina low country hurricane shark infestation movie.
Is this on Netflix?
It is.
Oh, okay.
It's
Patrick's shaking his head knowingly.
No, I haven't seen it, but I saw advertisement pop up on various. I have weird feeds across multiple social medias, so I've seen the trailer.
Makes sense.
And then I
All right.
watched Remarkably Bright Creatures on Netflix as well. Those were my three new 2026 watches, and that was fine. That was easy and feel good. Um, and hey, maybe that wins the best picture at some point in a given year, but it was nothing remarkable.
Okay. While you're playing around over on Netflix, I would
Okay.
recommend to you a gardening show from Zach Galifianakis. It's like 6 episodes, 15 minutes a pop. Very fun little show. It's charming, heartwarming.
We love that.
You wish it was longer, but you should check that out. I also am reluctantly in the midst of Man on Fire. I started it. I was excited to check it out. This is Yahya Abdul Mateen. This is the third adaptation of Man on Fire. And immediately I was like, okay, I just wish this was a movie. It's 7 episodes and it is contained. I don't think there's a plan for there to be any more of it, but I'm about 3 episodes in. I've been watching a lot of other shows as well. Uh, but yeah, I think I'm gonna finish it. He's good in it. He's good in it. The action is what it is. Uh, and there's just I don't know, there's too much plot. There's too much TV. Too much. We gotta
Not enough
stretch
man,
this
not
out to
enough fire.
seven episodes. Yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know. But I may stick that one out. I will give a full-throated endorsement of Widow's Bay over on Apple. Anybody
That's
has Apple?
that's on my list of things to watch after we
It's
finish our
definitely
rewatch of Breaking Bad.
it's definitely, you know, one of the hot new shows of the year that everybody's screaming about with good reason. It's very, very fun. Uh, I will say I don't, you know, if you really want to save it, you could save it for October.
I'm not gonna do that.
I mean, there's no need to. You should just go ahead and give it a gander. It's very good. They're 4 episodes deep. I think it's gonna be 10 episodes for the first season. I think everyone thus far has been directed by Hiro Murai, of Atlanta fame, but I know Ty West is coming for a stretch, and there's another there's another big name that escapes me right now. That's going to close out the season. But yes, very, very good show so far. Um,
I am begrudgingly continuing on with Euphoria.
same here. We could do a little Euphoria check-in, I guess, sans Brendan, but uh, yeah, so we've got I initially so here was my confusion. Initially, I thought this was a 6 episode season.
Yeah.
It's eight apparently. So trajectory wise, I still am kind of like for large swaths of it, what were we doing here? Uh, and they've kind of even taken the Rue storyline, which was the one thing that was working for me, and I kind of am like, what the hell's even going on there?
Yeah.
Um, there's a big cliffhanger involving her at the end of this last episode, and I
See,
just,
I'm not up to date on the last one because I fell
oh,
asleep
sorry.
mid
Oh,
out if it's a cliffhanger, that's cool. I
yeah,
fell asleep like 3/4 away into the episode before it, like at 3 o'clock in the morning, Friday/Saturday,
yeah.
because I
It's
was pushing through.
it's a lot. It's just it's I don't know.
It
I have a ton of
I
feelings. I feel like they'll be better expressed once we have the whole, you know, thing. I know there's talk right now of like I thought going into this, again, I thought it was 6 episodes. I also thought it was the final season.
Yeah.
And apparently it's not, and maybe we don't know. So
For me, it's the Buffy. It's Buffy, in that the central metaphor of Buffy is high school is hell. And once you move beyond high school, you've already established high school is hell. What is there to go to? Euphoria works not because they're doing all this fucked up, horrible stuff. It's because they're doing it in high school. And
yes,
once they become adults,
stakes
it's
are
just
different.
not as interesting.
Yeah. Um,
I would argue that some of the best Buffy happens when they leave high school.
There are some incredibly standout episodes that are the best of the entire series, but I will say season 4 happens.
College is rough. The underground military presence is
Yes.
more boring than it should be.
It, yes. So much so that the one that jilts Buffy goes on to Dawson, becomes Jack's boyfriend, and is just as boring over there, but seems to emote so much better.
He's such a nothing burger on television.
Yeah.
Uh, but season
uh,
5 of Buffy and season 7, it has its moments.
I'm
Super
not saying they
watchable.
don't, but it's just you gotta plow through boring
I
ass
plow through season 4.
Dracula.
That is always where I get stuck in my rewatches.
uh like The body's great. Hush is great. Both season 5, and it's like, whoa, here we go.
Once more
But
with feeling.
yes, but there's a bunch of season 6 that's just like no.
True.
And I get some of the problems with season 6 and 7
That's a whole
in that.
Spike relationship.
Yes,
Yeah.
like that's and Joss, whatever we feel about Joss Whedon in the world that has happened, when they canceled Firefly, he came back and he took that out on Buffy
Yeah, I mean,
creatively.
he sucks.
Yeah,
He sucks.
he sucks. But like it's just like 90210. Once they went to college, it didn't work. Like
Unlike
it's
Saved by the Bell, which I think does work in college, but we only get one season of it.
and well, and it works because they divorced themselves from Saved by the Bell. They changed the look a little, and they changed it so that it's an entirely different show, familiar, ongoing, but just enough that it's like, okay, this looks like it could be reality or sitcom reality as opposed to
Hmm.
Saturday morning teen reality. But yeah, like that's my problem with Euphoria. It's like, okay, I have seen better stories, coming of age stories of people who are in problems like Nate. Like I don't need to see this story. I've seen this story better. Uh, like I'm just watching because at this point it's like I'm in. It's like you get this season, and if you don't fucking wow me at the end, I don't know. I think we might break up.
I don't know that
Mm.
I'm ever going to start my relationship with that show.
It is. If you like Skins, you will like season 1 and season 2, and that's how I can
I
say
didn't
that.
watch the American or the UK version of Skins.
Mm, okay.
I also never watched what's the one that's stupidly Shameless. I never watched either versions of Shameless either.
I watched. I've seen some of Shameless, and I'm just like, early on, I've watched some of the American, like season 1, season 2, before Emmy Rossum got entirely jaded,
Mm,
and her character. It was interesting, but sometimes it's like sometimes you just need to realize that the day is done, Grey's Anatomy, and kick the door down and close and get out.
I agree. Himi Rossum was on Disney Channel's original movie Genius back in the
Yes.
day. That's where that was my Emmy Rossum starter kit, and then on to the Phantom of the Opera
Yes.
with Gerard Butler as the Phantom.
Oh, that is one of the things that I did like about season 2 of Euphoria is that Kadeem Hardison, uh, Mr. Dwayne Wayne, is once again performing with Zendaya because she played his father in the original Disney Channel series Casey Undercover, and they
That's
have a bunch
fun.
of scenes together.
I had to have it pointed out to me, honestly. And then when I was
Okay.
looking for it, I was like, I can't, I didn't,
Can't unsee it.
I have not seen him in a minute. And I was like, oh, okay, I see it now. I think he even did the glasses flip in the
Yes, he
last
did.
episode.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, now I really see it. I think it literally was the glasses. I was just like, I don't know this guy, but like I'm digging this actor. It's like,
Like as
oh,
soon as he
okay.
did the flip,
I've been watching him for like multiple decades. Okay.
yeah.
Uh,
I
yeah.
will say shows that are sticking the landing on season three. I just finished Primal, the
Oh
animated
yeah.
show that we've done so many episodes on the ARK of E. Uh, and I texted Noah after I finished it, and I said, "This is the type of show that gives me hope for the future, because you could give AI 100 years, and it could never make this show.
Okay.
It couldn't do it. You can't. There's nothing that could be replicated in this way. Um, it is just completely ingenious, creative, wild. One of the best shows on television
It's the best
right now.
American animated show of the last like decade, easily. And
Yeah,
one of like will be a like landmark, I think, like all-timer.
my wife caught me watching an episode, like because I was watching one before we jumped into our Breaking Bad rewatch, And she was like, "Is this good?" I'm like, "It's very good." Just talking through what's kind of happening plot wise, and she goes, "Okay." And then she comes back. She like goes and grabs, a tea or something like that, and comes back, and she's like, "Are you crying at an animated show that has no dialogue?" And I said, "Yes, yes, I am, because it pulls on your heartstrings and makes you care. And to do that without dialogue is a testament to storytelling. And it's still got some of the coolest animated things happening. Absolutely a blast. 100% must watch if
Yeah,
you enjoy animated series.
we will definitely be discussing it at the end of the year, I'm sure, once again.
It currently, I think, is topping my list for the year.
It is it's quite high on mine.
iPhone, Brendan.
Oh, he's coming in. He's coming in. Okay, real quick before we transition into the show proper, I will say I did see uh Mortal Kombat 2, which I thoroughly enjoyed. It was a good, fun time at the movies. It was good. It was fun. It was better than the
You
previous
liked the
one.
first
And
one.
I liked the first reboot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes. So if you had issues with the first reboot, I will say you will
Probably
be
have issues
quite,
here.
no, I will say I think you'll be quite pleased because I think they kind of square a lot of those circles, if you will. Uh, however, whatever metaphor you want to go with. I watched Good Boy, which I think you saw. It was fine. It's on
It's fine.
Hulu. Yes. Also caught Hokum with our good friend Mr. Evan Tuig, who may or may not be here this evening. The new film from the director's name escapes me. He did Oddity and oh my gosh, a couple other ones.
Is
His name is
Caveat
Dame.
him
I
as
think is
well?
yes, that's him. I think it's Damian McCarthy or McCartney. I, I think it's Damian McCarthy. Uh, Ev could probably he should probably speak on it. He definitely liked it more than I did. It did not totally work for me. I did not find it scary. And
107 minutes. Ugh.
yeah, a little bit of a slog, little bit of I just did not like where it went. Similar to Oddity, which I really liked the opening hour of, and then when it kind of has to reveal itself, it doesn't quite deliver. I kind of had similar feelings towards Hokum, which I actually liked less than Oddity. So maybe he's just not my cup of tea. But people seem to be enjoying it. It did quite well, so good for it. Uh, they're doing Peter Weir on blank check, so I watched Fearless from 1993 with Jeff Bridges and Rosie Perez and Isabella Rossellini. I'd never seen it before. Very, very good movie about a dude who survives a airline crash and basically live, you know, tries to live post that in a state of no fear. And very, very interesting movie and some crazy, crazy visuals, particularly in the finale. Highly recommend it.
I'd watch out. That guy's got a shirt that
Never
says he
seen
has no fear.
it. Yeah. Uh, Buffet Infinity. Huge recommend. It's on VOD right now. Not gonna be for everybody. Very interesting horror comedy. Heavily influenced by what I will only describe as like Adult Swim era comedy. And I highly recommend it to people if that sounds appetizing too. But it is the movie's entirely presented in ads as if you're like flipping through a television station, and it's Canadian film, and it vaguely becomes about two warring fast food establishments that are in the same shopping center, and it escalates so far beyond that into like uh, cults and potential cosmic horror and a lot of other stuff. And it's I've never I mean I've seen things like it, but nothing quite like this. I highly recommend it. I don't know if it will be like I don't think this will be the kind of thing that will ever just like be on streaming at some point. Maybe it'll pop up on Prime eventually, but like drop the $4, give it a shot. It's a very, very unique and to me Very, very funny movie. Buffet Infinity, huge recommend. Very quickly, sorry. I did see well, I don't know if I had the mics on at that point or not. The aforementioned Curry Barker's Obsession, which I was very excited to see. I've been following his stuff for a minute, and it delivered. I don't want to say too much about it for the people in the room that have not seen it yet, but I really want to talk about it once some of you have, because I think it is a very unique uh, new addition to the genre, and showed me some scares, if you will, that I've never really seen in a horror movie. And so kind of broke some new ground on that level. Coming out of Hokum, something that I felt like had a lot of jump scares, traditional jump scares that just did not work for me. I just did not find the movie scary. Obsession, it's scary, and it is
Mhm.
fucked up too. It is a very, very fucked up movie. And I respected it because I feel like a lot of horror movies these days kind of pull their punches. And this movie does not do that. And it's a great concept, great setup, and the execution, I think, is so unique and not what anybody is necessarily expecting given the setup. And I thought it was pretty fucking brilliant. I really, really liked it. I actually look forward to seeing it again.
One of my
Beginning of the
top three most anticipated horror movies of the year.
It 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 delivered for me. It totally worked. It's also one that I think you is gonna make some people really mad. And people are gonna have some fights about it. Over a lot of different things, which again will be easier to talk about once everybody has seen it. But I highly recommend that everybody goes out and checks out Obsession. I also recommend that while you're out at the cinema, something a lot of people seem to be doing. I will say when I went to go see Hokum with Evan and Mora and her boyfriend, uh, it was the most packed I've ever seen this theater. There was a line to get to the kiosks on both sides that stretched into the parking lot. And it was the perfect storm of third weekend of Michael, second weekend of Devil Wears Prada, first weekend of Mortal Kombat 2. And it was a madhouse. It was truly a madhouse. I was really happy to see it. But like people are back at the movies. There's a lot of options right now. While you're out there, I recommend everybody gives a shot to Is God Is. Uh,
Okay,
which is an
that's on my list of things that I was going to try to make in the theater. Just
yes,
because I saw the trailer and I'm like, this is bonkers. I like this.
very, very compelling trailer. Another very compelling premise is based on a play from Alicia Harris, first time feature director, I believe, but based on her play as well. And I really fucking good. Yeah. Again, I don't want to say too much because I want Patrick to have his own time with it. But kind of a grindhousey revenge thriller about two sisters who were burned as children by their father, who also burned their mother, and their mother, played by Vivica Fox, who is on her deathbed essentially, is like, "Hey, I want you girls to do one last thing for me." Kill your fucking father, played by Sterling K. Brown, who's a monstrous piece of shit. And so they have to go on a road trip to track him down and kill him. But they're not killers. They're
I want to
just,
clarify Sterling K. Brown, decent human being character in the movie.
yeah, the character and the father, played by Sterling K. Brown, is a monstrous piece of shit. This, uh, yeah. And so, yeah, it's just a road trip revenge movie setup. Uh, but with a very unique, stylish approach to it and its own vibe. And yeah, I had a good time with it. Another movie I will definitely be checking out again. Yeah, good time with both of these. Huge recommend. This weekend, counter programming to Mandalorian and Grogu, which I will not be seeing in the theater.
Apparently, it
Uh,
is not good.
well, as to be expected. Instead, I will be seeing the new Boots Riley. Uh, I love boosters. Uh,
That's what I would be doing.
and then I will be eagerly awaiting the back rooms following that.
Can't
So,
wait.
uh, yeah, that's where we're at with new theatricals. Highly recommend Obsession. And Is God Is soft recommend from Evan on Hokum.
Well, Brendan was jumping in and out, but for the sake of time
Oh,
and
Brendan, yeah, Brendan's gone, but I guess we should get. Oh, he's back. He's back. Okay, Brendan, we're starting the episode. Welcome to the show, Brendan Riley. If he can hear us, I don't know if he can. We're figuring it out. But I will now hand the reins over to Mr. Sunshine Mayfield. Enjoy your episode, bud. You earned it. You earned
oh,
it. Great job in the Oscar pool. Congratulations. Have at thee.
I shall. And so as a reminder, what we decided to do was to take the last 25 years of Best Picture winners, rank them as the crew of the Ark of E, take all those rankings, compile them into one ranking to see what we got. And so the last 25 winners ranked from 25 to 1 is what we did, for good or for bad, for biases and all. This is our definitive ranking as the Ark of E of the last 25 years of Best Picture winners. And as we go through this, I'm sure we will talk about why some things are ranked in some places, if it is an accurate thing for us to rank certain things in some places, and our discourse on whether or not this movie should have won Best Picture in the first place, anyways, which many, I assume, took into their own rankings to begin with. And so, if without further ado, let's go to the very first pick, our number 25, which is the one movie that every single person ranked last on their list. Uh, a movie built on coincidences, moral collisions, and interconnected lives in Los Angeles that shocked Hollywood by pulling off one of the most controversial upsets in Oscar history. It is Crash, 2004, but a 1 in 20, or 1 in, yeah, 2006. A little fun bounce of a year there. As a reminder for folks, all right, so number 25, I think it's pretty easy to say that that was, or easily one of the worst Best Picture winners of all time, not even just the last 25 years.
Yeah.
Especially when you put up against that Brokeback Mountain came out the same year. It absolutely should have won that year as well. Noah, Patrick, what are your thoughts? Crash 25 in last place.
I mean, this had to happen. This like if this didn't happen, I think we'd be off to a really rough start.
Yes.
I think a lot of people would be tuning out if they're even listening to begin with. Uh, yeah, this is where it belongs. I just want to say that that year, Brokeback, we've literally had this conversation multiple times because of our 25 for 25 list, where this came up over and over again. But I just want to remind everybody the other options that year: Brokeback Mountain, Capote, Good Night, Good Luck, and Munich.
Yeah.
Literally, I feel like any of the other the other three nominees would have been received with open arms, comparatively speaking. But I don't know.
I mean, I'm gonna
Here's
throw something out because it involves another picture on this list. I cannot believe that the same guy that wrote Million Dollar Baby wrote this movie. Like, did he
yes,
just pick his
Oh,
name
I
out of the phone
can.
book? I don't get it.
yeah. Uh, so the less said about said director, the better. We don't have to bring him up. Uh, but I guess I do want to. I feel gross saying it, but I will say at the time, as a little 13-year-old movie going shit, I thought this was great. I thought this was great. And I feel like it's important to say that because people can grow and you can look back on things that you like perceived at one way at one time and completely just be like, what the fuck were we all thinking? Because let's be real, more than a few people drank the Kool-Aid, and it's become fashionable to be like, oh my God, Crash. It's like it feels like it was instantly regretted in the moment when it happened. But like, let's be real. People were really into that movie. It was a hit. I cried in the theater. Like the Michael Pena scene where he thinks his daughter gets shot is like bullshit, emotionally manipulative filmmaking, but it's effective. It's effective. There are moments in that movie. There are performances in that dog shit screenplay that managed to still shine. And it's like but at the same time,
It
we
won
had
Best
to,
Original Screenplay, by the way.
yeah, I know. And
Yeah.
that's the thing is I think we have this like, oh, the Oscars, what were they thinking that year? I'm just like, I just want to be realistic with people. Like in casual company at the time, like people genuinely thought that was a great movie at the time. And I definitely, again, as a stupid 13-year-old, definitely was on board with it winning. I was very excited about it. And I will also say, I saw Brokeback in the theater. I saw Capote in the theater. I saw what probably would have been my best picture, one my like I would have subbed in as a nominee, not as my winner. Obviously, I would have gone with Brokeback. But Terrence Malick's The New World is this year. I saw a lot of great movies in the
Walk the
theater
Line
this
was this
year.
year.
That's true. Yeah.
House Moving
Could have been in the
Castle.
five. But yeah, I just want to be real and say like I I don't know if it was the fucking Roger Ebert like 4-star review because I was definitely a Ebert and Roper head at the time, and that I definitely looked more to like critics to be my tastemakers, and there were people who fucking like went to bat for this movie and loved it, and then you know a month a month after the Oscars, it was like, oh God, can I remove that review from my archive? Can I get that out of there? But yeah, has not aged like has aged like absolute milk, like the worst of the worst aging wise on this list by far, I think. There's some other movies we're going to discuss though that I think have not have don't look great in the cold light of day. Not even culturally of 2026, but just like guys, I were we watching this close enough at the time? That
Number
kind of shit.
24.
Yeah.
A road trip movie that is undeniably watchable, anchored by performances that some found to be very strong. Uh, but felt like a safer version of a more difficult story, and the backlash has not softened much with time. Winning over movies like Black Panther, Black Klansman, Bohemian Rhapsody, which was also bad. The favorite, Roma, which arguably could have won that year. It was Green Book from 2018 in 2019's Oscars. So, you know, speaking of movies that just don't. I think if we could redo it, we'd pick a different one for sure.
Yeah. This was a first
Totally.
time watch for me.
Yes, me too.
I, I think I no, this was not the absolute last one I watched. Uh, but yeah, it was the one I was least excited to get to, obviously, just because of the reputation. And also because I was like, I knew it was gonna bum me out because I, there was a time where Viggo Mortensen was one of my guys, one of my absolute dudes, where I was just like, whatever he's in, I'm seeing it. And he has made some wild choices over the years. And yeah, finally sat down to watch this. The biggest flaw is right there in the entire conception of it, that it's written by the driver's son. It's
Yeah, I
just,
think so.
what the fuck are we doing here? You're sitting there with like a legitimately interesting real world historical figure, but you are shifting the perspective in such a way where it's just like this is pointless. The like, and yes, it's so softball. Again, I don't think I genuinely I don't begrudge the movie for what it is. I think it is like it's perfectly, as you said, watchable and like well executed for a broad fucking audience. I don't think anything of what it's doing is inherently harmful. I don't. I think the fact that this won Best Picture, though, is insane. Like, the fact that it was even in the 10, insane. I just don't know why I don't know if it was the, oh my God, one of the Fairleys made this. Like, it's like more of a
It's like a
movie
movie.
movie. It's like a movie movie. It's just, I don't know if it's that. I
Like a
don't know.
movie movie.
I
Viggo
welcome
Mortensen's not
welcome
sewn
to
to
the
Matt
pod.
Damon or anything in this one.
I don't know if it's Mahershala with the, with the moonlight energy. I don't know why we felt the need to elevate this movie that year.
I mean, they're great performances. I'm not sliding that in the least. But sometimes great performances don't equate to a great movie or the best.
It's yeah. Uh but yeah, I guess I was more worried that it was going to be like, "Oh my God, this is like really clumsily handled." I'm like, I think it's pretty broad, but I think its heart is in the right place even though it's like painfully like 20 years in the past. Like, it's it it's not great in terms of its like,
I mean, Driving Miss Daisy is so much better.
I mean, I
I
kind
don't
of
know. I also don't like Driving Miss Daisy.
I think they're both kind of in the same territory where I'm just like, these are these are made for people, like I said, who are like 20, living 20 to 30 to 40 to 50 years in the past at any given time when they're
The
watching
Academy.
it. Exactly. Oscar bait of the highest order. I, I gotta say, and watching it too, I'm not to begrudge him. I mean, Mahershala's good in this. I
It's fine. Like he's good
did
in
he
it.
need
Yes.
the second one? Did we need I feel like it almost cursed him winning two like back to back supporting and then has virtually disappeared for the most part.
Because for whatever reason they can't make Blade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems to be the sticking point. Number 23, because we got 23 to go. Um, a pandemic era Oscar winner almost feels untethered from time. It's gorgeous, intimate, and humane. Its minimalist style makes it admired more than passionately loved. From Chloe Zhao, Nomadland.
Oh, okay, good. Sorry. You said COVID era. I was like, the other one better not be this low. I was scared.
Yeah, Nomadland, which I like. I enjoy. Chloe Zhao to me has not made a bad movie,
I
and
mean, I had it higher than where it comes in, but like it's just one of those things where I was like, this would have been a better documentary. Like I just like it did not connect with me.
yeah, most people had this in the bottom half. I mean, like clearly because of where it is. No one had it in the top 15 of their picks. Um, so it's where it lands, and there's nothing. It's just one of those relatively forgettable Best Picture winners. I don't know that it's. I don't think it's bad by any means. I think it's just not comparatively. There's other things that people are going to remember or want to put on there.
It's
Yeah.
a yeah, weird year.
It is a weird year. I mean, The Father, which is I think probably the one that if people went to go back, that or Minari would probably
I was gonna say,
Judas and the
Judas and the
Black
Black
Messiah.
Messiah, or, Mank honestly seems like the more Academy-ish pick
It does.
on
I That was
paper.
such a boring watch to me. The Sound of Metal is probably the one that I would have
I was
gone with from that year.
Well, and I was gonna say you forget, but Promising Young Woman had a lot of energy behind it going
It
into that
did.
awards season. So yeah, but weird year. Not really surprised it shook out that way. Brendan, any thoughts on Nomadland starring one Mrs. Frances McDormand?
He said 1 minute.
He just gave us
Um,
the one finger.
I don't know that we can give it to him.
I got-
He
may-
he he
I
had
was
it
just
low.
I was just trying to incorporate him. Let's move
Yeah.
along. Let's move along. It's a long list.
Number 22, a widely entertaining, revitalized musical. taking something pretty classic made it for the modern audiences. And staged very well, I think, across the board. Jazz hands, tabloid murder, vaudeville spectacle. It's Chicago. And this is one where I'm kind of surprised this is low, and maybe I'm not that surprised because of our group of peers who are rating it. I don't know how many are in love with the musical genre, but ultimately, I think Chicago really did something for the movie musical, and kind of bringing it back to the forefront, and I like it. But it has also been years since I've sat down and watched it, so maybe
Uh,
that is also a testament to how much but like I ripped that soundtrack apart when that movie came out.
this was a first timer for me. This was one that I had absorbed a lot of through cultural osmosis, and I'd definitely seen like isolated numbers from it, but I never sat down and watched it start to finish. Uh, I, I I liked Richard Gere better outside of the oh, there's two Brendans now. Holy shit. What is happening? Oh my God. What?
A computer.
Yeah, my phone was messing up. Sorry.
For a second you were in two places at once, man. You're fucking
Everywhere, everything all at once.
brain, dude. Uh yeah. I haven't gotten there quite yet. I don't know if you've been listening in.
I've been trying, but now I am here.
Chicago. Didn't like it then.
Oh yeah.
Don't like it now.
Interesting.
Fair.
But then again, I prefer Cabaret to Chicago.
So
I mean,
that
that's
as
so
soon
good, and
as,
it's so good. Cabaret is so good.
as soon as it started and the opening number is all that jazz, I was like, what is happening? I was like, what is this? Is this from that? Like, this isn't from that. I was like, this musical doesn't predate Cabaret. Like, I was so confused. I was confused. Richard Gere, I liked, as I said, better in the in between the interstitial stuff rather
Mm.
than performing, even though I know he's done it before. He is a musical theater guy. I've never seen the Cotton Club, but I know he can do this stuff. I thought he was fine, but it did. I was kind of mixed on it overall. It did kind of win me over in the end, where I was like, I see kind of why this won, because it is a movie that just kind of leaves you on a like sort of moment. Like it's such a what's the word I'm looking for? Like the exaltation of just like the spectacle at the very end, and it's like it's bursting through the screen and it's big and everything, and then it's just over. I think sends you out on a good note, even though I'm kind of like, what the fuck is this? What is this movie about? Like, what are we trying to say with this movie? I don't like none of that comes through to me. None of the thematics are there. I don't think some of the aesthetics have aged that well. There's some dodgy visual effects in the first chunk, some of the cityscapes and stuff. Uh, I was mixed on it, but you know me, I'm not a huge musical guy, and I found this one at least tolerable, but I will not be watching it again anytime soon.
Well, that's why it's ranked 22 by our ARK of E Crew. Other movies: Gangs of New York, The Hours, Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, all up there. Spirited Away, I think, would have been my pick in retrospect.
Wasn't nominated, but
I know,
I'm, I'm just
I
saying.
know, Noah, and yet maybe it should have been. Let's move on. 21. For all of those who were upset that Gladiator was 26 Best Pictures ago, we snuck in a different one. Russell Crowe still gets his due. A Beautiful Mind wins in 2001. That's our 21st ranked Best Picture movie of the last 25 years, which is wild because Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring came out that year.
Also, a little movie called In the Bedroom.
That's a classic. No, Gosford Park was also ranked, as was Moulin Rouge for the musical lovers. Little Baz Luhrmann dropped in there. Anyways, Beautiful Mind. I gotta tell you, I rank this with. I saw it when I was in high school, and I've never gone back and revisited.
It was a first time watch for me, and I had it a little higher, like 16ish for me. For me, it's the last of the '90s best pictures because you always have some
Yeah.
bleed over from the previous decade. Like this is a '90s movie, and like I watched it, I'm like, yeah, this could have come out in '95. This could have come out in '98. There's nothing to push it into the 21st century.
Yeah, Evan actually had this ranked the highest, but Evan, Brendan, and Patrick had it kind of floating around that 16 spot. Evan a little bit higher than that. And then Noah, Gavin, and I had it in our bottom five
Did-
for the
As
most
as
part.
long as you didn't say 25th, because that would imply
do
that
not
you
care.
crash above it.
No,
No,
you-
everyone had
you missed
Crash
this.
last. Every single one of
Yes.
us had Crash in last place.
Yeah, I did not care for Beautiful Mind upon this. I will say, basically
not bad.
first time watch
Not
because
great.
I barely remember it if I watched it at the time. I also think I held this long-term grudge specifically because of the in the bedroom thing.
Isn't it Fight Club for a smart person?
No,
Sure.
Thanks,
I
Alex.
Sure,
I
Brandon.
mean, because he's
I
never
get it, I
he's
get
not
it.
actually there.
you said for a smart person, I would argue, and this is part of the Ron Howard problem, it is so glaringly obvious that Paul Bettany is not real from the introduction forward. Like every single scene, they keep hinting at it. Almost, you can feel them setting up. Like, hey, there. You think there's going to be a montage at the end where it's like, here's all the moments you didn't see. Like, I'm sorry, you guys know I have the Ron Howard allergy. I know this was apparently his year, and it was like we gotta give it to him. Like,
I
hats off. I don't think Russell Crowe is good in this movie. I think the only
I
saving
agree with
grace
that.
is Jennifer Connelly is fantastic. Like
Robert, you and I
literally
about that too.
fantastic. Uh,
And
and it
this
is
is where they met, right? Her and Paul Bettany.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Also,
pretty sure they're still together.
in
Oh, yeah.
comparison to Tyler Durden, this is Fight Club for smart people because I don't know that Tyler Durden was necessarily that smart, but
I think Fight Club does a better job of hiding and again, the twist is not necessary. Sorry, we don't have to get off on a whole tangent, but the real John Nash did not even have visual hallucinations. It was all auditory. He didn't see people. And here's my other thing. The three characters they introduce have no thematic, like, they don't do anything. They're not metaphors for anything. Like the little girl, like the adopted daughter of the Paul Bettany character, they don't represent anything other than his mental illness. Like it's so, I think this movie sucks. Like, sorry, I think it kind of sucks. I kind of turned on it in the midst of talking about it. Like, yeah, I
Drop it
just
lower.
in spite,
you know what, 26th.
It is cemented in spot 21.
but
Noah.
but again, I do want to say Jennifer Connelly,
She's
unscathed.
just a
She's
delight in
phenomenal in
most
this, and she
anything.
deserved that Oscar, even though this was definitely them. They were too scared to give it to her for Requiem, so she finally got to get it. For this.
Yeah.
No, they can't do it for Requiem.
No, you can't.
It was the year prior. That's what I'm saying. This is literally, it was like we wanted to give it to you last year, but we couldn't. We can't have that at the Oscars. We can't. Well, your big scene can't be any of your big scenes. You know what I'm saying? We can't do that. So, yeah. Okay.
Number 20. Let's move
Oh,
it
no,
on.
no one's gonna say it. No one's gonna say. Okay.
No one's gonna say it because we're gonna
Yeah,
go to this.
no one's
we're
gonna
gonna
say
go to
it.
number
Okay.
20, which
stopped
is a really
just short of
heartfelt
saying.
Okay,
and
all right.
deeply likable movie. 20 is filled with heart, deeply likable, but lacks kind of that cinematic ambition that many people would expect of a Best Picture winner. It's more beloved, I guess, than revered. It's a fishing family, a teenage singer, and a sweet crowd pleaser. It's Coda.
I'm mad it's this low. Sorry.
It's like this is where it's kind of like it's it's very like I think I cried watching it. Like I think I cried, like a tear came out because you're just kind of like this is nice.
It's touching. It's touching.
And it's a very easy watch.
I'll admit it is one of two that I did not get to, and I slotted them where I slotted them because I know I'm not going to like them less than what I had below 20.
That's fair.
But so I just slotted it right there.
There's a
at
deduction
18.
here.
Okay, that's fair.
This is also the same year that Power of Dog comes out.
Yes.
And I think like that's the one that I think probably should have walked away with it.
1000%. Going into that night, I was like, it's happening. It felt inevitable. That movie's oh God, that movie's so fucking good. But so again, kind of held a grudge against Coda. Never didn't watch it that year, and subsequently had not watched it until you made me do it for this. And it was definitely my favorite of all the ones that I had that I was quote unquote forced to watch. And I found it super charming. And yes, it made me cry too. It was very good. It was very, very good.
But it sits at the 20 spot because some people had it low. And I mean, like, I think I didn't have it like high.
Well, the shame is that to me that the daughter was not nominated for
No, you had it
Best
higher than
Actress.
everybody else.
Did I really?
Yeah, yeah.
Shit.
You were the highest on it.
I really I like that movie quite a bit.
It was in your top 15.
Yeah. That's
Number
good.
19. We have a little movie, a devastating ending. A movie that is supposed to be about boxing and ends up being about euthanasia. It's Million Dollar Baby. Clint Eastwood found a way to take a story that's supposed to be centered on a female boxer's journey and make it all about himself.
Did he do that or did Paul Haggis do that?
I don't
Sorry, I
know.
said his name. Fuck.
I don't know. It's fine. This is one that like I
didn't
knew
like the movie.
I knew about it and I knew the turn and I was aware of everything and I've seen It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where they parody it and it was parodied in other things.
Scary Movie 3.
Yeah, I was to say Scary Movie 3 is where everyone's gonna know it from.
And you know, Sideways came out this year. And I understand why it was picked. It is what it is, but it's fine.
She was better in the Karate Kid.
Yeah, she didn't die.
Did she win? Did she win anything for it this year?
Yeah, she
It
won
won-
Best
it won-
Actress.
Yeah.
Didn't
it
she?
was-
Is that the first time or second? I thought
Her second time after Boys Don't Cry.
that's for the joke of like, as long as she gets like beat up or something bad happens to her, she'll get the Oscar for that.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
she's
Yeah,
won-
that's me. Yeah,
Yeah, she's won 2, and now same thing with Mahershala. She was banned. She like now she's not allowed to be in things anymore. Like
She's
she
in
went
Yellow
2, and
Jackets.
they're just like, get the fuck out of here.
They're like, go to TV on terrible TV shows. Go star. Go show up on terrible TV shows.
Jamie Foxx had double nominations this year
He
for
did.
Ray and for
Dude,
Collateral.
Collateral for Best Picture should have been up there.
Eternal
Well,
Sunshine of a Spotless Mind.
I'm
is
sorry.
probably
Yeah, what were our other nominees? Eternal
closer.
Sunshine.
Like those were not nominees. Like the
Yeah,
nominees for
this is a
Best
rough
Picture
year. The 5 years
is Million Dollar
suck.
Baby,
The
The
5
Aviator,
nominations suck.
Finding Neverland, Ray, and Sideways.
Wait, Aviator was not the same year?
Yeah.
So, but other movies that arguably were
Eternal-
better
Or a lot of those.
than even those. The Incredibles came out that year.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2, which was never going to get any type of,
That's a good year for film, huh?
Sam Raimi for Best Director. Should've
Before
been.
Sunset.
Ooh, the best of the three.
Yeah.
We're looking at Hotel Rwanda. Closer, Clive Owen. I'm a big fan of that
God,
one.
I love
Yeah,
that
dude.
movie.
Yeah, dude. I love Closer.
Eternal Sunshine. There's Shark Tale. Shrek 2.
I
the
never
list
want to
goes
watch Shark
The
Tale
list
ever
goes on.
again
So,
because I worked in preschool.
Yeah,
but-
fair. Totally fair.
all right, let's jump on. That was number 19. Number 18 of our rankings. It's raw, funny, anxious, deeply contemporary, and I hated every second of it. It's a Nora.
Yes, I hated every second of it too, Alex.
I found it odd because it is a comedy, right? But then you're like kind of like laughing at something that you're like, I'm not sure that I should be laughing at this. I feel guilty at times. I'm like, anyways,
That's
I
the
didn't love it.
Sean Baker magic, fellas.
Yep. Yep.
I didn't hate it. I didn't love it.
The only reason it wasn't last is because Crash exists.
Would you put 24?
Yes, I did. I hated this movie so much.
Like,
I'm like, give
looking
me back
back
my
on it,
time.
I kind of wish no movie won this year. The Brutalist, Amelia Perez, Wicked, A Complete
Rough year.
Unknown.
Rough year.
Wicked? Yeah, I'd give it to Wicked.
I
Yeah,
I would
mean,
give it
like,
to a complete unknown over Wicked.
I I will stick up for Nora, as I'm sure Gavin will,
Oh
but I
yeah, I
think
will.
we will also both say it is our least favorite Sean Baker movie,
I
probably.
think that's I haven't seen Red Rocket, but other than
No,
that, it's
buddy.
Red
But
Rocket is my personal favorite. I think the Florida Project is the easiest one to like put in front of somebody and have them go like, "Oh, I get it. Like I
I
get
get the Florida
what this
Project.
guy
Yeah,
does." And then, but for me personally, it goes like Red Rocket, Tangerine, Florida Project, Honora at the bottom. I like all of his movies quite a bit. Um, Patrick, best I can say, I I for me, it's the closest we have to like a fucking like 70s Cassavetes throwback. It's like but not these are not likable or good people. These are very flawed characters.
Here's the thing. We
But
don't have to go back. Let's move forward. Let's not revisit. We don't need throwbacks. We need new
well, that's what
things.
I'm saying. The modernization is the world that the characters are inhabiting and their circumstances, etc. But I'm saying the approach to me,
Yeah,
that's what I equate it to. That's what I
okay.
like in these movies is like it's the Safdie's thing too. When it works, it's like I do not need a protagonist that I am like, oh my God, I'm so invested and I love everything this person is doing and
No, but I need something. I need to connect
did you
somehow.
not, was it her, the way that the relationship between her and the henchman builds over the course of that movie, it did nothing for you?
the There's a relationship that builds, or is there just scattered scenes that are played at the end? We're like, oh, let me put that together. Oh, okay, thank you.
I
You could have put that together
So
for me there.
you're Borisov, who was nominated for Best Supporting Actor that year, rightfully so. I think if you, I've seen the movie twice, but it really hit me in the theater. I saw it in a theater on a big screen. They're from the first scene between those two characters, they're building to that that final moment.
I
I
didn't see that
I
at all.
I
I just
thought
saw scenes.
that's where the movie really came alive for me. And then I love the, you know, the escalating comedy of it, of that whole centerpiece sequence of, yeah. But I get that she can be grating and it can just be like, I don't care about any of these fucking people. I don't care about what happens to anybody right here. Like, this is just grating and annoying. I get it. I totally get it.
especially in a year where Sing Sing exists. I don't know how you're picking.
I kind of
I don't know
forgot
how you're picking the
that
Nora.
this was Sing Sing and also Nickel Boys, right?
Nickel Boys Flow comes out
Which
this year.
again, when we look back on this year, Nickel
Oh,
Boys all the way. Like
Yeah.
it just they decided that it was going to be Sean Baker's year. It won everything, and that was that.
This was also the year that people tried to convince me that Conclave was an award, like should have been Best Picture, and I also disagree.
Same.
And then we don't have to get into Amelia Perez and how much of a shit show that completely is. Number 17. We are going with a movie that is an entertaining procedural, maybe, with tremendous pacing. I will say that it does have pacing. Um, and it gave us the great one-liner Argo, fuck yourself. It's Argo, 2012. Uh, comes in 17. Just probably one of the most bland picks that there are. 17 seems appropriate. Does anyone have thoughts on Argo? No, no one.
I just want to point out one fun fact. One of the rare films to win Best Picture, and they wouldn't even give your boy a Best Director nomination. They said, Affleck, absolutely not.
He's not getting it.
You're not getting a nomination, but we will give you the consolation. I hope you were an executive producer on it so you can get a statue. And sure enough, he was.
Beast of the Southern Wild came out this year.
It sure
Yeah.
did. Great movie.
That was probably my favorite. Django Unchained for your Tarantino fans.
If you
Uh,
were gonna do it, honestly, that would have been the year.
yeah,
Would
Les
have been
Mis,
controversial.
Lincoln. God, that thing is a.
People swear by it. I need to go back because I literally fell asleep in the theater. Very rarely happens.
Yeah.
Fell asleep.
The next few picks are just we're gonna keep plowing on through because they're just the most mundane picks. They're not bad. They're not great. They exist in this space and yet somehow found a way to win Best Picture. Uh, Number 16. Do you remember when The Social Network won Best Picture? No, because it didn't. Because The King's Speech did for some reason.
One of the biggest blunders. Continue.
So that is 16. Black Swan, The Fighter, Inception, The Kids Are All Right, 127 Hours, The Social Network, Toy Story 3, True Grit, Winter's Bone. All of those movies more relevant now than The King's Speech. And yet, here we are with The King's Speech coming in 16th, which apparently we thought was all, this gets placed because most of us had it right there, middle of the road. I think I overhyped it. And I would put it lower if I made my list again, but I didn't. So, number 15. Hope you like the sound of silence. It's The Artist coming in.
I thought we would have gotten to this one way earlier. Like the
Oh, man, I
fact
love
that
this
the
movie
fact
so much
Patrick, okay,
because it took
speak
a
on it.
risk. Like I love silent movies.
Patrick had this in his top 5,
I
and
did.
that is
Like-
why it exists where it does on this list.
Wild.
Like I watched it and I'm like, it did what a movie's supposed to do. It suckered me in and made me go on the journey.
This
Loved
got
it.
that. I'm sorry. This got that Weinstein stink all over it. Of just like I hyped this up to the Academy. I got everybody up in a tizzy over it, and I somehow got Juan Desjardins Best Actor this year. I got it Best Picture. Like it won fucking everything, and I even at the time, I just I
I didn't watch it at the time. I
Could have been
watched it this
Moneyball.
time.
Could have
okay.
been Moneyball.
See, I watched it the year it came out because it was
Mhm.
hyped. Like, and I at the time I was like, okay, cool, like charming little movie, sure. But I was like, but really, that's the thing that's gonna. And this was in the era when the Academy was a little more predictable of like, give us a movie about making movies, about the joy and the beauty of movies and art and cinema, and we'll just like, yeah. That'll work. I will see you're the artist, Patrick, and I will raise you Hundreds of Beavers. Please go watch Hundreds of Beavers if you've not seen it.
I've
If
not.
you're looking for a good,
I hope it's about beavers and not beavers, right?
it is
'Cause it's-
about
It
it
is
is
about
about
beavers.
beavers. It's
Yeah.
not beavers, but it's about beavers. Yeah. Um, seriously,
So,
go check it out. It's on Prime.
num-
One of the best silent comedies. Like I don't know in the last 100 years.
'cause there's so many.
Yes.
all right. Number 15 was The Artist. Number 14. I'm pretty sure everyone here has seen it, but Brendan. It's 12 Years a Slave.
You know who did see it though?
Colin Tewing.
Oh my God. Okay. I think we
Dude,
have to.
that is a story that keeps on
I
giving.
think.
That's all I'm
Well,
saying.
no, but I'm like, do we need to instate a rule? Like, when a story has been told 5 times, can we finally just like put a moratorium on it? Like,
Dude,
put it up in the rafters.
I think that's
Can
a fair
can we
point. We
be
got to tell it to the Tewing
fucking?
family first.
Can we be fucking done with the 12 Years a Slave? Taking the kids to go see 12 Years a Slave story. Can
Question.
we be done with it?
I have a serious question. You remember
Yes.
that time Colin mistakenly took his sister's
You fucking motherfucker.
This is one of the
On
first times.
Thanksgiving's.
And he gets up
On
and walks
Thanksgiving,
away.
I'm-
And he's going to take a piss, I think, off camera. Thank God.
This is one of those ones, and maybe the first time so far on the list, where I do think the right movie won out of the crop that was there.
The one you're about to say, or the one you just said? Sorry.
No, 12 Years a Slave. I
yes,
think that
yes. Sorry.
American Hustle, Captain Phillips, Dallas Buyers Club, Gravity, Her. I
Dallas
think we all-
Buyers Club came out that year.
It did.
What?
Her is great. Nebraska, The Wolf of Wall Street. I'm happy didn't win.
Dude,
It's
get out
alright.
of here, Alex. Get
Yeah.
out. Cut it out.
Brendan,
Cut it out.
the people who love that movie, and I don't dislike it,
Turner,
are
like, here he
already
goes.
insufferable enough. They do not need a Best Picture behind it.
Listen, you can't see this on the podcast, but you see it in the video.
Didn't they all grow up to be
Great
stenographers?
content for an audio format. I don't know how to tell you. I do think 12 Years a Slave should have won, and it did. And so, moving on to number 13, we're gonna give Guillermo del Toro a little bit of his due in this fantasy romance that with fish people. It's The Shape of Water, number 13.
Man, you want Innsmouth? You want deep ones? This is how you get deep ones. This is how H.P. Lovecraft seeps into your life. You don't fuck Gilman.
The Shape of Water makes me
fuck.
cry. I've seen it several times. And it gets me every time. That's Sally Hawkins.
Okay. This
If
will
you're
be
gonna,
my.
you
I'm
just
sorry.
don't stand near bodies of water near Sally Hawkins, though. That's what I've learned over the last few movies I've watched with her.
I will raise a 5-time moratorium for myself and say it one last time. Get Out came out this year.
It did,
Get
and it should
Out
have won.
came
It
out
probably
this
should have
year.
won. And I love The Shape of Water. I think for me, I just knew that Get Out wasn't going to win, based off of the Academy having no spine. And so I think I was happy with what we ended up getting
It
as the
took
winner that year.
it took the movie that made white liberals feel really, really uncomfortable to actually make them go, hey, the gills, the guy with the gills,
The fish movie.
fucking the lady, the silent lady,
Doug
that one,
Jones.
best picture. That's what it took. Only in a year where Get Out comes out are they like, hey, Guillermo,
Fish
we'll,
fucking.
we'll
There you
do
go.
this instead.
But Michael Shannoning all over this movie, and it's great.
Oh, he's, I mean, great time.
Richard Jenkins is
come
heartbreaking.
back,
Sally
come back,
Hawkins is
Mike.
fantastic.
Come
Doug
back,
Jones,
Mike.
we love it all.
He is in a new Jeff Nichols movie
Mhm.
that's coming out soon. I saw Gavin perked up for the first time all podcast
I do.
at the mention of that.
I don't do movie news. I just when trailers pop, I'm like, oh neat. I know you guys know that they're coming out years in advance. I don't do that to myself. I just wait till it finds me in the algorithm. I don't go searching. So I can just be excited about it.
Work can be really slow.
All right.
Yeah.
Number 12, as we are just cranking through this list. If you were a fan of jazz drumming, 2014 was the year for you. There are two big movies that came out this year. One that didn't win Best Picture, which was Whiplash, and the one that did, which was Birdman. And so Birdman is our number 12 spot with lots of jazz drumming and a lot of cool oneers.
When everybody speak all at once.
Yeah.
For a while, as I was going through, I'm like, this is my number 2. This is my number 2.
Dude, Birdman
because I
fucking
love
rocks.
movies about plays.
Birdman rocks. Michael Keaton is phenomenal in this. Ed Norton's fucking great in it. Emma Stone's great in it. Everybody's fantastic in it. The one taker gimmick, I like it. I like
Yeah.
the score. I like everything about this movie. I enjoyed it in the theater. When it won Best Picture, I was shocked. I was baffled. I still am baffled. I'm like, what the fuck? It was not my favorite movie of that year. I didn't think it should have won Best Picture. Um, but I love Birdman. Probably my favorite Inarritu movie. Probably,
Yeah.
right?
Hindsight, I think you're potentially giving. I don't know if you're giving it to Boyhood, though. That is, I think, like the quintessential Oscar pick, probably. Grand Budapest Hotel, maybe.
Fucking shit. Grand Budapest, definitely. Retrospectively, 100% Grand Budapest. That's the movie of that year. That's the one we're still talking about. It's the
Yeah.
one people are still revisiting, I think.
Number
Except
11.
for you non-Wes Anderson heads.
Yeah.
Say we're only talking about it because you talk about it because you like Wes Anderson on this podcast.
When I say
Actually,
we,
no.
I mean,
We're gonna put a moratorium on you speaking about Wes Anderson.
Thank you. All right. I will get behind that.
who's keeping a
No.
list of all of these, by
I
the way?
don't know. Brendan's our
Brendan-
secretary.
I thought Brendan was, but I don't
Brendan's
know.
wandering off camera. He's over here playing Crimson Desert in the background, I'm sure.
No, yes, I am.
Of course he is.
Number 11 is one that I'm actually kind of surprised made it this high that we haven't said it already yet. It just seems like it kind of came and went with the time when it finally won Best Picture. Quietly masterful journalism drama with no wasted scene. Uh, it's Spotlight. You know,
Yeah,
it
I have
just
it at number 2 because reasons.
yeah.
Under, understandable.
Like for instance, at the end when it goes these cities and all of these scandals, did anybody else pause it to look for a specific city?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Huh.
uh, I went through Catholic school, 12 years.
No.
I have experienced what I have determined as an adult to be like, yeah, that was grooming behavior. Yeah. Okay. Check. Got it. Nothing
Yeah.
bad happened with me,
Yeah.
but
I mean, it's like absolutely important content, absolutely important movie to make. Glad it was made, glad the story was told, and yet it is. It seems like it just kind of came and went,
yeah.
even that year. And I think what Mad Max Fury Road also came out that year.
Well,
Um,
I do want to bring this up. I think to your point there, I actively avoided it that year because I was just like, I just don't wanna. I just don't wanna. Um, and then it won, and I was like, okay, that seems like maybe it was like a safe Oscar play or whatever. So I put off watching it until this point. I was pretty floored by it. Excuse me. I should correct my previous statement. This was, I think, the highest ranked I had of the ones I had not seen. This charted the highest for me, I
mm,
think. Um, I was pretty knocked out by it because I think it's impeccably well made and executed because it is incredibly tough subject matter that I think is handled as like pitch perfectly and delicately as you can while not losing the edge, so to speak, at the
Yeah.
same time. Like, I think it's very, very, very effective. I think all the performances in it are phenomenal. Particularly Keaton, who we haven't highlighted this, but like Keaton in two Best Picture winners back to back years.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just, we got a
Mm.
couple people that we'll mention that are like two timers on this list here. I don't know if we have any three timers, but yeah.
And I originally went to college for journalism, so for me there's that
Hmm.
whole
Yeah, I
looking
love
back.
movies about journalism in general. That's
Yeah.
also a sweet spot. So it's like you're taking something that I maybe don't want to think about, but meshing it with like sorry. This is the long-winded way of saying, so I avoided a lot of like ephemera around the movie as well.
Yeah.
And if you care to look up the PS to the PS of how the movie ends, um, all none of these guys did any time. Like all of the people exposed in that article, essentially, like not there were no consequences. Like there was a lot of payouts and stuff here on the back end, but like all of those guys are in the system still, or
Yeah.
just got traded around.
Yeah.
There were even subsequent of that article, and to your point, Alex, of like it came and went, and they highlight that over and over again in the movie, how it was like, yep, somebody tried to bring it to you 10 years ago. Somebody tried to bring it to you 5 years ago, and it got buried because of A, B, or C. And you see, like, even subsequent of what seemed like this groundbreaking, you know, earth-shaking article, like, shit's right back to the status quo, and shit just got shifted around again. Like, yeah.
Absolutely.
Anyways, sorry. Really bummer PS to a really bummer movie, but I think, again, incredibly well made and just kind of like note perfect. It's not showy at all in any of the filmmaking,
Yeah.
but purposefully so, It's that it's very no frills, which I respected about it. I thought it was a really good movie.
And what number
Well,
was this?
that was number 11. We are now in the top 10
All
moving
right, we're
forward.
going to take a moment to thank our sponsor, the Catholic Church, and we'll go from there. Let's get to the top 10.
Well, number 10, a recent movie, kind of a new one. I would have put it lower. In fact, I did. But we are looking at one of the most culturally dominant winners in decades, to be honest, and people love it. It was part of one of the biggest movie phenomenons of the last few years of Barbenheimer, And we get Oppenheimer from 2023 in the number 10 spot. Any major thoughts on that?
I feel like I don't know.
Yeah, Brendan, you're gonna have to come to
Brendan,
your
if you want to
microphone
say
if you're
something,
gonna
you
want
have to
say
speak into the
something.
microphone, buddy. That's how a
I ranked
podcast
it. I
works.
mean, you can see mine. I think I had it like 9 or 8.
I think, I mean, ultimately, a lot of folks had it. Gavin had it higher than everyone else, but
I
I mean,
feel like Oppenheimer is a product of all the mundane movies that you were talking about. Like I don't like I liked Oppenheimer. I thought it was a really good movie. Do I think that it's great? I don't think it's great, but I think it's where it's at because of all the other best pictures were really not good.
a solid 8 out of 10 for me. But
I
everyone else had it.
100% agree with you there, Brendan, where I'm like, I'm rating this more on the theatrical experience. I rewatched it once at home, mainly to kind of reassess some performance stuff before the Oscars that year. Um, and yeah, I think it's one of those that, like, outside of a theatrical experience, if you will, it's not something I'm really like. I
Yeah.
thought I would be more interested in rewatching it in a kind of like JFK like fashion, just from an editing standpoint and everything. Not a movie I've wanted to go back to
It was
in that
great
sort of way.
in the theater, but like going back and watching it, I'm like, I put it where it's at, and I'm like, I even when you said Oppenheimer 10, I'm like, man, we're talking about best pictures, and we're putting in the past 25 years, and Oppenheimer was top 10. Like, what, why? But
Yeah, for me, it's a little high. It's a
It's an
little high.
eighth of a day long, which is why I did not get to it.
I think it definitely would have been low, maybe even lower if Patrick. Well, Patrick, where did you say you slotted stuff in? You just kept
Uh,
everything below 20 for the ones you hadn't
I
seen?
slotted. There's no way it was going to be lower than my 5, so it was slotted at 19.
Okay.
He's got it low.
So yeah, I potentially it would have gone even lower, I think, if and when Patrick sees it.
Gavin had it the highest out of everybody in his top 5. Other than that, everyone else had it, kind of within 15 to 5, and Patrick and I were the only ones that had it below the 15 mark. It's fine. It's good. It's fine.
It was
fine.
his year. It was his year. It's
I
just
think
one of
that's
those
where.
things. It was it was inevitable, and that's the one that it happened for.
I
Well,
was
and
looking at it and one battle after another. I'm like, that is a fourth of a day.
So you still haven't watched One Battle?
No, I did. The only two I didn't see were Oppenheimer and Coda.
well, speaking of
Love
the
this energy from Patrick.
number
Love it.
9 was a year that Christopher Nolan didn't win and wasn't even nominated for something like The Dark Knight. It was the year that Slumdog Millionaire came in at Best Picture. Game show lights and Destiny collide, and the ultimate feel-good underdog Oscar juggernaut. Slumdog, a movie I've not returned to arguably in 15 years.
Same.
I saw it back then, like when it first hit HBO or whatever. So, yeah.
And yet, Evan
I
had
had
it
it at
high,
mid. I had it at
Brendan
mid.
had it high, everyone else was kind of like 13, 14-ish on
Where did I
it.
put it? I don't even, I thought I had it at like I thought I had it in the 13 range. Maybe I did have a higher.
You had it in your top 10.
Did I?
I,
It's
I
another
had
one
it.
when I
I had
hear
it
it, I'm
at.
like, I don't know that it should be that high, but
I had it at 10. Just because I'm like 13 to 9 or mid levels for me. So it was like mid level.
If I had rewatched it, my instinct is that it might have been a little higher on my list than where I put it. I put it based on my original like theatrical watch of it. I
Yeah.
don't know that I watched it subsequent to that. Still super visually striking. It gave us Dev Patel. I'm not mad at it, but what were the noms that year? You have
Curious
it,
Case of
Bernie?
Benjamin Button. You want to talk about an eighth of your day,
No
Patrick?
shit. No shit. I've seen that movie, and I want to live in reverse just so I can appreciate it.
Frost Nixon, Milk, and The Reader.
Rough year.
That was a rough
Real
year.
rough year.
The Dark Knight was not nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah.
wild.
because it would have destroyed all of the other nominees. I mean, what are we talking about
It was
here?
I mean, they
Because
didn't
it
want
would
to.
not have
They were never
even
going to
been
give it to a comic
close.
book movie. You
I
know?
know, but I'm just like I forgot that it's like not only was it not nominated, but just like what a dog shit year of five. But and again, that is the year that made the Academy extend the Best Picture field
Hmm.
permanently. That's why we can sometimes have upwards of 9 and a maximum of 10 movies now. So, you know, or upwards of 5 rather, and a maximum of 10. So,
All right, that was number 9. Number 8. A little bit of recency bias is what I'm going to call this one. I don't know that this is where it needs to be, especially in a year where I'm still not convinced it should have won. It was the most recent winner, one battle after another. Noah's boy PTA.
you think this
Uh,
is too high right now? You think
Yes.
8 is too high?
I think eight's too high.
I think eight's a little low for it, to be honest. And not all the movies we just talked about.
Man, it made me more pissed that Sinners didn't win.
Yeah.
I think I'd put Birdman. I think I'd put The Shape of Water. I think I'd put Spotlight.
That's
Even
three.
in
It's
hindsight,
still got it at 4 then, unless you got other ones ranked above those too.
I mean, there are other
I think
movies.
Spotlight's a phenomenal movie. Part of the reason I have it as high as I do, I don't want to mention where it is relative to other stuff that hasn't come up yet. Is the rewatchability already within the one calendar year that it came out? I've watched it 5 times total, I think.
Man,
And
I'm never
like
watching this movie again.
that's
You watched
totally
it
fair,
for
Patrick.
Patrick.
I respect you for sitting through it one time, given your aversions to the star, the director. I'm assuming the author. I'm assuming you're probably not a pension guy as well.
Man, I don't even know who the
The
fuck
other-
that is.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah,
But we talked this to death recently. It's one
we
battle.
did. I mean, Patrick had not seen it yet. I would love to hear more of why he hated it, but I also don't want to like derail the entire podcast that I know we're deep into, so we can
Yeah,
keep
that's
it.
fair. That's fair. Because like I just can't. I can't. I want that eighth of the day back.
There you go. Number 7. A movie I do think should be higher on this list. A near perfect genre hybrid, and perhaps the most internationally significant Best Picture winner ever. It's Parasite
What the fuck?
in the number 7 spot.
What in the absolute hell
That's correct,
is
Noah.
going on
That's correct.
No,
with you
actually,
people?
you got
What the
Alex over
fuck?
here. He's getting on a pedestal. You know he's got it at like 22. He's got it at 22. And Patrick's over here. He's smirking. He probably has it at 23.
No, I have it at 11. It's total mid range for me.
Y'all are wrong, and you're not right.
I'm saying I want it higher on the list, Brendan.
Oh, sorry. I retract. I concede. I apologize.
As in, like, but I understand
anger came out when it was
numerically. I
settled.
want it lower numerically and higher in terms of where. it
Gavin,
lands on this
you're
list.
very quiet over there.
I don't even know where I had it ranked, dude. It's
You had it in
cool.
you had it in your top 10.
Yeah, I might have been like 10. I can't remember. I have to pull my list up and see.
Yeah.
Egregious. Egregious that it's not in the top 3. Egregious.
Is there
I'll be
anybody?
quiet for a little while.
I'll fight
No, you
for you.
won't
I know
know
2 people
because-
that had it in their top 3.
Well, you're gonna set when the next movie. There'll be thoughts about some of the movies that make it higher on this list.
I'm trying to do the math in my head, but then I'm also
Like,
like,
how many
dude,
are left?
the whole
Where's
point is
that?
that I don't have to take
Alex,
a-
I don't even
Yeah.
read. I went to Thomas Sumter. We don't read good.
Yeah. Dr. Brown, what'd you do?
God rest that man's soul, dude. I remember that man told me he was gonna cut my fingers off if I had another comma error ever. And so I never had another comma error in my life. Like all throughout college, nothing.
And commas are why I don't have a degree in journalism.
Stupid APA stylings. Number 6. Told in 3 chapters, one life. An ending built on silence that gave the Academy one of its most intimate masterpieces. It's beautifully acted, visually poetic, and emotionally devastating. It's Barry Jenkins' Moonlight and is in the 6th spot.
Also, what the fuck are we doing? Okay.
I had it at 9. That's 3 down from there. Like that's an average, right?
This is one of those movies where it's like, yeah, I don't know what rewatchability is for it because it's
Yeah, I don't
not
know
a
if I'll ever watch
fun
that again.
watch, but it is so good. So good.
Dude, I blame, you know what? It's Evan. Evan doesn't like Parasite. He never liked it to begin with, and he likes all the darkness, and that's where all this is getting messed up.
No, I mean there's two clear picks in this that we'll get to that I think should be lower. And I think part of it is there's a specific bias that sits within this group that
No, no, just so you know, Moonlight was my number one.
Well, thank you, Gavin. It was my
Okay.
number two.
Okay
Uh,
then.
and the fact that it's not in the top three
Moonlight
greatly
was also
upsets
my
me.
number two. Brendan was the one that had it. No, Evan had it the lowest, but Brendan was a close second.
Evan, who's not here to answer for what he's done.
Yeah, he's never here to answer for these things.
I
The plan.
I will tell you, I think Moonlight, I could say recency bias maybe in a different way. I think maybe I held on to nostalgia or what I thought of other movies. Moonlight was great. I'm not, but I think
Number 5. We're gonna move on. It's good. Number 5. Sometimes when there's 3 movies being made, they hold out to the last one and they give the
what?
best picture to the worst installment of the trilogy. And then sometimes this
Boo
group
on all of you.
votes all the worst installment up to the number 5 spot. It's the Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. Y'all are nuts.
I was
There's
It
no
is a
genuinely
great achievement
Boo
of
on you.
filmmaking.
Boo on you.
It exemplifies
you.
what a best picture should be
no.
in terms of everything but the story.
yeah, I genuinely, with the way things were going, I was just scared it was going to be number one. So, thank God.
Somebody had a number one.
That's right. I'll admit that shit right here, right to your face, Brendan. Get on camera.
I had it number one. How did we both have it number one? And it's that low.
I had it at number 11.
That means
I
the
mean,
other 3 of these dudes on here.
I had it
It
10
was-
spaces higher than both of you.
It was my number 16 pick because it's not even the best movie of its own trilogy.
Well, that's because the Academy sucks balls.
Oh, man.
Number 4. Sometimes when a bunch of people meet in a military town, they also all apparently like to vote up the military movie made by Catherine Bigelow, and it's The Hurt Locker in the number 4 spot. Which, look, I like The Hurt Locker. This
Very
is too
good
high.
movie.
This
Very
is
good
too
movie.
high.
I think I had it at like 7 or 8, which is like, that feels like, feels like the right spot. Feels like the right spot. Like top 10 is fine.
Yeah, I had it. I
But
had it
yeah,
in the
top
10
five
spot.
top 5 is too high. I agree. Top 5 is
That's
too
why
high.
it was my number. Yeah, that's why my number 6. It was my number 6.
Evan had it number 4. Brendan had it at number, or Evan had it number 4. Brendan had it number 4. Patrick had it number 5. And
4,
Gavin
4,
had it
5, and
number
6. There
you
we go.
So that's scooted this bad boy up to the number 4 spot.
Retroactively. Should have been Avatar? Huh? Do we want to entertain it? Maybe?
District
I mean, I
9,
can see that movie. Is it any good?
Precious, based on the novel Push by Sapphire.
Ugh.
Up in the Air.
Hmm.
I forgot the year of Up in the Air. Up and Up in the Air.
Up in the Air.
When they had to read them at the Oscars, it was so
Different than Up and Away from Disney
Yeah.
Channel original movie.
Number 3.
Number 3. Y'all, I'm gonna say this was my number 1, but y'all, it didn't happen. Look, fight scenes with dildos, hot dog fingers, and just
Yes.
rocks that can make you cry. It's everything, everywhere, all at once, and it is my number 1 best picture of the last 25 years.
Very, very, very high on my list as well. I think I had it in my top 6, top 5, top 6, somewhere in there.
I mean, I had it number 1. Noah had it number 4. Patrick had it number 4. Gavin number 4. Brendan number 3.
Hey,
Evan hates this movie apparently.
I guess so.
I knew as soon as you went down the list, I was like, Evan's gonna hate this one.
What I would describe as a borderline religious experience in the theater. Um,
I had to
it's
close my eyes at one point. I thought I was gonna have a seizure.
I genuinely I yeah, just like big old giant smile across my face for like huge swaths of this movie. Um, Gavin will tell you, I grew up obsessed with Temple of Doom and Short Round in particular, and the full circle moment of that guy being the lead in a movie directed by the Daniels, these guys who I had watched evolve as filmmakers from music videos all the way up to their first feature with Swiss Army Man and are now
So good.
doing this and also bringing Michelle Yeoh, another childhood icon, like in and giving her like, you know, a legendary iconic status sort of role that she ends up winning Best Actress for. Um,
And then you're forgetting pairing her with one of the baddest to ever be on screen, as far as I'm concerned.
and then
Who
and
ne-
then Jamie Lee Curtis, yeah,
ex-
the cherry
yeah.
on top to
That's not the cherry on
come in and
top. That
get
was
her
the one
the
bad bite
supporting
in this
actress.
cake.
Yeah, whatever. We're happy she has
Stephanie
her
Shu
Oscar.
should have gotten that.
Well, again, she'll have another shot. We don't know how many JLC has. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
she's sticking with TV lately, so you know.
going through this list, I know what's 1 and 2. I just don't know the order.
Oh yeah.
True. Number 2, movie I went back and rewatched recently, and yeah, it's still good. Almost impossible to argue against it. It's suspenseful, philosophical, endlessly terrifying. A coin toss, a cattle gun, and a slow death of American morality. It's No Country for Old Men. It's the reason I don't bet things on coin tosses.
Yeah,
Fair.
we had a 50-50 shot of whether this was going to be 1 or 2. Patrick, what were you hoping was going to happen right
Oh, of the 2 that are left, definitely this one.
now? Okay.
Although I do have them right by each other on my list. Like you'd be surprised how high I have.
Did
the
anybody
other
have it
one.
outside of the top 10?
No. No.
What about the top 5?
Yes. You.
Yeah, that's where it belongs.
No, I think actually you had it at number 8.
Even Brendan
Even
was
Brendan, who
forced to
apparently
put a
hates this
Coen Brothers
movie.
movie in the top 10. How, yeah,
I mean, I had it.
couldn't help himself.
I had
That
it
just
at number
tells you how
6.
bad the list was.
Hell yeah. And even even Patrick can recognize and can get past his biases sometimes.
See, I prefer the other Coen brother movies, like Raising Arizona, Barton Fink.
Burn After Reading?
I haven't seen Burn After Reading.
You see, you should go into some of the more like sorry.
Burn After Reading is good.
It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
you should dip into some of the and if you haven't seen A Serious Man, I feel like that's the best bridging of
Also
the gap,
good.
and it's the most them movie, and it's also secretly like
How do you feel about The Lady Killers? Wasn't that also them?
Yes, it was.
I
I
enjoyed
love
Lady-
I love Tom Hanks' accent. in that.
I
Whatever he's
enjoyed the
doing is
piss out of
great.
Lady Killers.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
I also really love Blood Simple. So like,
Yeah, dude, Blood Simple is really fucking
yeah,
good.
I think you should definitely give some of the more recent ones a spin. The True Grit remake is so fucking good.
Oh,
It's been
yeah,
on
I love
Sam,
that. I watched
it's been
that.
on
It is good.
Samsung channel so much recently. I've caught bits and pieces of it. Okay, go ahead and do the number 1.
The number 1.
Should we cue Gimme Shelter now or no?
We haven't, sorry, we got totally sidetracked of like talking about like the years that they came out, but like that year, it was pretty much a foregone conclusion that it was gonna be No Country. But what an insane year. We've said it before. We
Michael
should say it
Clayton,
again.
Juno, Atonement, There Will Be Blood.
Yeah. And that's just again, that's just the 5 that were nominated because we hadn't gotten to our 10 space yet. But 2007, insane year for movies, but it kind of always felt like this was going to be it. And it's a year that we look back at, and I think we all are still like, yeah, yeah, they got it right.
Yeah.
They got that one right.
Half Nelson came out in 2007.
Oh wow.
Once,
Once. Walk Hard, a Dewey Cox story.
Disturbing.
Yes.
Did you know that Meryl Streep actually got a nomination for The Devil Wears Prada? That is an Oscar nominated role for her.
I'm quite aware.
Wow.
Well, I mean, what isn't an Oscar nominated role?
That's a
for
good.
Meryl
That's a
Streep?
good point. We should look at the. We need
I
a
don't know.
diagram.
Turns out
All
the
right,
one
we
they
need a
gave
pie
it
graph of movies made versus nominations. I want to see that breakdown.
Pan's Labyrinth won that year.
Was she nominated for Marvin's Room?
Children of Men
Oh,
was
man.
nominated that year.
Hmm.
The Illusionist.
Insane year. Is that the Prestige team?
No, I'm looking at the wrong year.
Wait.
I'm looking at 2000,
You're confused.
2008. Sorry,
Okay, we
wrong.
got so confused. Just do the number one. Just do it.
There Will Be Blood, Michael Clayton, Sweeney Todd in the Valley of Ella. Eastern Promises when Vigo was doing good things.
That's right.
Assassination of Jesse James by the Coward of Robert Ford. Into the Wild. Yeah, 2007's a great year.
Oh, Into the Wild, so fucking depressing.
Then we get into the year that I was just talking about, which is the 2007 Oscars with the 2006 movies. Speaking of theater stories that we know of, Lorette running across the banister and a woman yelling, I wonder what that means. It's The Departed. Boston accents, double agents, Catholic guilt, and one legendary filmmaker finally getting his due.
With a remake of a Chinese film. How crazy
was.
is that?
Yeah, it was. That's true. Yeah. What a good time. We knew that this was coming. Brendan flipped out on us when we announced that we were going to do the show, that this had to be the number one. And it is. It's The Departed. In the most anticlimactic listicle ending ever.
Pretty much. I had the two Leos again. Two Leos, two Keatons. I forgot to highlight the other double appearances, but I had these two stacked. I had this in one battle, like next to each other. I think I still give the slight edge to Departed because I've had more time with it as a rewatchable.
It is endlessly rewatchable.
Yes. Though as a just straight movie, I've always been the first to say this. The Departed's incredibly messy, and that's part of what I love about it. And it's like a 8.5 or a 9. There are so many better Scorsese movies, like so
After Hours.
many better Scorsese movies. But it is just it's where it hit all of us, definitely. It's partly an age thing. It's like it was an early like sneaking into the movies or like just about
No, it
to
wasn't. Shut
turn.
up.
Not for most of us who cared to see it. You were on your Scorsese boycott anyways. So what did
I
it
know,
matter?
but like,
So what
I
did it
stopped sneaking
matter?
in the movie theaters and like, fuck, you were 2 years old.
Yeah.
Noah being younger than me in high school meant that we got kicked out of R-rated movies when I was actually 17.
Ooh, rough.
That only happened one time.
That's all it takes, Noah.
One
What
time.
movie was it, and how
Rob
did that happen?
Zombie's Halloween.
Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Of
Oh my
course,
God,
of
that's the one
course
that you
it
get kicked
is.
out of? Man, that goes on your permanent record,
I
man.
know they literally put me on a list.
The
They
Beacon was
watched
like,
this kid forever.
the Beacon was like, how are you doing this? And we are like, come on, no one's in this movie. It's 3:30 on a Thursday. They're like, get out. I'm like, all
I mean,
right.
anytime I went with Gavin, they never gave a shit. It was only when
No.
I went with like friends my age would I
Yeah.
ever end up getting caught. But Gavin, for instance, took me to The Departed. Like that's how he saw The Departed. I'm pretty sure Gav took
trick
me
it-
to go see Jarhead.
That's back. See, that's
like-
back when you had to get the tickets at the front before they started making you buy it at concessions. So you could just go buy the tickets as long as you
Yeah,
had it.
Gavin
The
Gavin
dude
would
taking it
literally
that was
just
making minimum
go-
wage didn't give a shit. He was like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell they already paid for the ticket. I'm gonna tell them no, I have to give their money back. I'm not getting in trouble for them having to get their money back. I'll just let them in.
I just had high school friends that worked at all the different theaters.
Right.
So it's like, oh, I want to see this movie. Okay, I'm gonna go to the movie theater that Joanne works at. Oh, I want to see this one. It's playing where April works. Okay, she's working. I'm good.
Yeah, damn it, Noah. Why didn't you ever just work at the movie theater?
I think I did try and get a job at the Beacon at some point, but again, long term, if you guys want to open up a theater or a little rep house, we all go in on it together. I hear theaters are a thriving industry.
Yeah.
Someone find me an influx of cash. We can run the ARK of E and in a little indie theater.
Yeah.
Got a little
I
on
think
air
we should
booth.
just buy the family video in Sumter and turn it into like the only operating family
No,
video ever
we
that's
build a
left.
fucking ark that stays dry docked, and there's a screening room in the base of the ark.
Okay.
It's a 50-seater, and we show whatever
Yeah.
the fuck we want.
Yeah. And if we happen to have an NC-17 movie, we just move it out of port where no one can get to us,
You go to
international waters,
international waters,
waters where
and
it's
we watch
legal.
We still
Salo
won't
or
make
100
money.
Days
We
of
still won't make
Sodom, you
money.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. We can gamble there too, make our money back. It'd be fine.
yeah.
I will say I recently drove through Sumter, and I remember none of it. I remember absolutely none of it. I was like,
It's
couldn't tell you where anything was.
no, it's not memorable. Trust me.
So sorry, friends from
Jack,
Sumter.
so how do you feel on the end of this? How do you feel about this
I have no.
exercise?
I have one question I want to ask you guys. I don't think I've ever asked this, and this is probably going to make me seem like a weirdo. But for me, was was Marky Mark really a good guy, or was he just taking out Damon because he was also on Costello's payroll? That's one question I've always had in the back of my mind. And
I
every
was going
time
to
I
say
watch
Marky
it,
Mark has never been a good guy, but
oh
in the
yeah,
case of the movie,
Dig-
I'm
sure.
sorry,
You mean
Dignam,
Dignam?
Detective Sergeant Dignam.
Yeah.
You know, my theory about feds is I treat them like mushrooms. Whatever. Feed them in shit, keep them in the
I
dock.
think
But
I think,
I
okay.
every time I watch it, I can go from different places.
No,
Like, oh
no,
no,
no, no,
he
no,
was
no,
getting
no.
revenge for
It's
his
revenge for
boss.
Queenan. It's revenge for killing
Yeah.
Martin Sheen. That's
But every now and then I'm
that's
like,
what it is.
is he just making sure that no one can tie him back to Costello? And he was actually one of those other little boys running around with Damon when he was a kid, and Damon just doesn't remember him. That's just
I,
I don't know, maybe my mind just I think about stuff too much, but that's what I'm always wondering because it's like, yeah, of course you're gonna wear gloves to not get caught, whatever you're doing.
well,
But in the back of my mind, I'm always reading that as like what if he was in on it the whole time and we didn't know?
what happens with that character in the Infernal Affairs?
I don't know. I haven't seen Infernal Affairs in years, and I don't remember. I know they made two sequels to Infernal Affairs
Well,
to go
that's what
like,
they had always said is that, Departed 2 starring Mark Wahlberg, because it's like everybody else is dead.
Right.
That was something that was going to happen for a minute, and then of course never materialized.
yeah,
But yeah, but yeah, Mayfield,
Yeah, I mean
how you
I
feel?
mean it's not as like doing the list with movies you don't know, I think is one thing because you're always surprised about what's coming. As you start to whittle down the last 25 best pictures, there's less options that become available. So I think but it was interesting to see uh how my list was right and how y'all fucked it up. But here we are, and what a time, what a time. Lord of the Rings is the one that really grinds my gears. That should be much lower. But hey, what can we do? Uh, you know, I say if they would have cut off three of the six endings, maybe it wouldn't have been as bad for me. But
If we slid this backwards
you know,
and we lost one battle and we brought in Gladiator, how much does that shake things up for
not enough
people?
to
That's
make it
my question.
interesting. I don't think
Not
it.
not enough because Gladiator's totally 20. Like, so it would actually push. Nope, it would. Yeah, because I fucking hate that movie. Yeah, I was entertained, but it's a shit ass movie.
But here is what we're
I
gonna
would
do.
love your take on Gladiator too.
We will this summer. This is the fun part. It's like I'm glad that I won an episode topic because I sometimes get to choose those anyways. So it's but we will do top 25 baseball movies ever made just to prove to Brendan that there are more than 25 baseball
Yeah.
movies that
And
exist.
to be clear, anytime any of you want to suggest a topic and we just do that one of the weeks that we record, all you got to do is just bring it to the group chat, guys. Like, short of what we've been watching, I will say, you know what, I'm gonna announce it right now. Uh, it's May, so technically we have surpassed it. We get my brother and I. We've been doing this for a decade, for 10 fucking years. This is the 10-year anniversary of the ARK of E. Not specifically this podcast, because I think this feed started a year or two in.
Yeah.
We've been doing this thing, the website at large and podcasting for a decade. So one of the things we've neglected on this feed recently, and Gavin has, been bugging me about, is talking about music again. And we've always said that would be chaotic with the amount of people we got. And I also know that some people, this might be a very difficult task because of what I'm about to propose. But my thought is everybody's top 10, because it's our 10-year anniversary, top 10 favorite albums of the last 10 years, of the
Oh,
last
all
decade.
right.
So
I'm
back
out.
to back
I'm
to
out.
2016.
I'm out.
That's it. That and Patrick, I was thinking about you the whole time because I was just like, is Patrick gonna just straight up be like, no, like can't do it? And because of that, I was like, do we just stick with the number 10 period and we make it more of a artist thing and people do their 10 favorite artists of all time and that's just a way for us to talk about music. The number 10 is still incorporated and that can be an anniversary episode if that's more palatable for everybody because I know some of us are not as into recent music. And I'm also like, does the albums thing limit it in a certain way because we're not gonna like play tracks and shit? And would it be more fun to talk about artists specifically broadly? And we
I think
do.
it's an interesting point. Part of the reason 10 years ago they were less strict on like what you could get away with playing,
Oh, I can't play anything. There
and
would be
like
an
and now it's at a
accompanying,
point where they've essentially made it where you can't even for 15 seconds play something and
Yeah.
not get slapped. And
not on
so,
Spotify. Definitely not. Yeah.
which is the bummer part of that because we used to do music. Some of us had a music podcast on this feed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some of us not.
Some of us had our greatest success as podcasters doing a music related podcast on this very feed.
But it's
Um,
different when you ask the guy, like, hey, you're doing it about, it's like, sure, as
but
opposed
that's
to a
the thing.
company.
That's the
Yeah.
thing, though, Gav, is even now, I'm like, you can go listen to those episodes, but like, I think if we tried to upload the same episodes right now to Spotify,
They would get flagged.
they would not fucking let it happen. It's like, I think they were grandfathered in because of the time that the feed exists or whatever.
Yeah, Lost in the Folds wouldn't
But
land anymore.
anytime I've tried to like put and excuse me, there have been some random episodes of our music stuff that have gotten retroactively pulled from Spotify, but they're still available on Apple Music and the website, and you can still get to them. But there are some of our music stuff that predates When the Sun Sets East that you can't listen to on
Mm.
Spotify. So we will once again say fuck Spotify, which you're probably listening to this on because that's where I listen back to our episodes on. But don't pay for it because you can listen to podcasts for free
It's
on
true.
Spotify. You do not need to pay for it to keep up with your Spotify feed, or with your podcast feed rather. Uh,
Well, I do want to say thank you so much for having me back and let
of
me sneak
course,
in on one of the days that I'm traveling. So uh, happy to be here, happy to be back. But
Have
I
have
am
have
going
have
to
we
bow
said
out.
it? Have we all said it yet?
Said,
Have we all congratulated Alex yet? Has none of you
that's how.
congratulated
I
him?
mean,
Like,
that's how I opened the episode. But
well,
yeah,
we haven't all done it as one. I was just gonna
no,
say
we
we all
have.
just say congratulations. Like,
Congratulations,
yes.
Alex.
yeah,
Congratulations, Alex.
thanks.
Hey,
Congratulations,
Alex.
Alex.
Congratulations. We just keep a chorus of it going. That's
Thanks.
just it'll slowly fade
Now
out the
they only
episode.
say congratulations. Oh, oh wait, no, I can't sing that. We're gonna get a. Never mind.
Yeah,
What?
just
That's
don't.
what we do. No, no,
I
you do
will.
the albums, but you have to sing
You gotta
your
sing the whole.
favorite
Yeah,
Oh,
part.
sing
that.
it.
Oh,
Oh,
Yes,
that
so
definitely,
you
sounds
don't get
Alex.
great.
canceled. So
That
you
sounds
don't get
great.
canceled at all. So they don't take it
Sure.
down.
But you
20
you have
years.
to make up your own cadence to fool the AI. So
Yes,
everything has
exactly.
to be sung completely
Yeah,
off key and out of tune.
In
I'm gonna
honor
sing
of
everything.
December Underground hitting 20, Gavin's gonna sing
Yes.
the entire album at our next episode.
But anyways, something to consider. And I will take other suggestions for 10-year anniversary episodes. But the number last year was 25 for 25. The number this year, baby, it's 10. Anything for the rest of you want to do that's for the rest of the year that you guys want to do that's related to 10.
I'll let you know.
Throw
We
it
are
at
going to
me.
do 25 baseball movies again, just to spite Brendan.
Yes, we can still do the big 25 list, but definitely some anniversary episodes. If you like the artist thing, at least I think that could be
Yeah, I think the artist
something
thing is more
that works
approachable.
for everybody.
Yeah.
Where we all submit. All right, Mayfield, you out? You gotta go. All right,
Thank you,
we
Alex.
appreciate you. I think that's a good cue for the rest of us to get the heck out of here as well. Thank you so much for hosting, sir. Once again, for the Ark of E Network, I have been Noah.
I've been Gavin.
That's been Patrick J. Blanchard, our cousin, and our
I've
good
been older than everybody here, so my movie viewpoint is way different.
and
Which is
we,
why I want your artist perspective. I want to know your top 10 artists of the last 10 years
Oh,
because I'm
well,
curious.
I
think
haven't listened to new music over the last 10 years, other than Noah. So
I
like,
think again, I think it just needs to be 10 artists, period. We'll figure it out. And our good friend, excuse me, Mr. Brendan Riley, who is on mute right now, but I'm sure sends his well wishes for the end of the podcast.
I
Okay.
don't know what he's doing with his hair or mustache, but I am here for it and I like it. That is the longest I've seen his hair, and I don't think I've ever seen him with facial hair. So good for him. He doesn't know, he's not listening. He'll hear it when it comes out.
Hopefully. Okay. Until next time, we've been the Blanchard Brothers, and you've been listening to what we've been watching
Thank you for
At the
joining
Oscars?
at the Oscars for the last
Now, that's
25 years.
years? I mean, that's entertainment.
All right, Brendan, you finally unmuted. All right, okay.
I'm
Never mind.
unmuted.
Yep, the episode's over. It's
got
over now.
I just want to say, love
Okay.
the hair, love the stash. Keep it going.
I'm here for you.
You got a weird. You got like a weird. Are you going to be Frank Zappa in a biopic soon? Is that what's going on?
You need me to do that? Is
You
that
got a
I
little
mean,
more-
grow
got
your hair
more
out a little
work
bit
to
more.
do.
With
But
that,
the mustache is right there. I promise.
if you want to hold on to it, that's for you.
Okay.
This is a good one. Alex, I'm guessing, is gone already. He did a great job hosting. We'll move through that pretty quickly. I think a lot of my takes.
So you guys,
that some of the movies that got rated so high were rated so high
No.
because
you
of
guys never get to hear this. This is the post game wrap up. This is when he calls me right after we finish recording, and he's like, "Hey, yes, I think it went really good tonight." You just, I haven't stopped recording. People are gonna get to hear this. This is great.
This is the after hours. This is for the real fans.
So-
This is for the people who pay $1 on Patreon. You're getting all the behind the scenes
Oh,
right
man.
now.
But dude, yeah, I mean, I think that a lot of the stuff that got rated so highly is because of all the mundane stuff that was in the middle and the awful stuff that was at the beginning. Like,
There was some clear delineations, I think, of tiers. But that's the thing is, I think everybody had their own individual ideas of what those tiers were. You
No,
know
that's
what I'm
fair.
saying? Based
No,
on
that's
their
fair.
own individual taste.
Yeah.
I think everybody's bottom was the same, but I think everybody's mid and
To
top
high.
tier were so inverse that
Yeah,
that's
like,
what
I
that's
don't
what
care
kinda
that
messed with things.
Return of the King may be the worst of the series. It's still the best of the movie set that we were just given. It was the most impactful series of anything in that list. The fact that it's not in your top 3 tells me that you're bonkers. You need a psyche valve. Let's put that out there first. Parasite at number 8 or 9 just
It
tells
was
me that
too
you don't like
whatever it was too low.
was
Whatever
too low.
it was too
it was
low.
too low. And then Oppenheimer, like we said, was too. Anyways, it is what it is.
This is what happens when we get the ranked choice going. That's the beauty of the ranked choice voting.
I'm happy that people have a voice.
And on that note,